Dante Greco.
Dante is a really smart guy.
Ladies love Dante. Look at that head of hair. Look at that face. What's your name? In case you...
Dante Greco.
Dante was me, yours truly.
I'm gonna come.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, TikTok? How you doing? Let me put the mic back over, the camera back over. You guys are live. It's the Dante Greco show, and we got a lot of news to get to, so let's get right to it, okay? Shall we? Let me adjust my camera there. You TikTok, once again, I'm pleading with you to allow me to stream with a software that will like put this all under one umbrella. It'll be a lot easier. All right. Big news in the world of media. Dave Portnoy has bought back Barstool Sports from Penn. Penn is a gambling site, and they bought it. And then, you know, he had to fire a guy who slipped up and said something bad on one of his streams. And it was because Penn is so worried about losing their gambling license across the country as they try to legalize gambling everywhere. So I think this probably had a lot to do with it. The restrictions on content. Let's read the article and see what Dave has to say. It was a $388 million deal. My God, that's like Taylor Swift's Masters type of numbers. It's insane. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy has announced he's bought back the sports media company he created from Penn Entertainment. They decided to end the relationship. They divested the complete ownership of the company back to him. And I think he's going to take it over to ESPN. No. Excuse me, not him. Penn is going to go in a separate direction after agreeing to a deal with ESPN, who has had a frosty relationship with Barstool in the past. So Dave had an emergency press conference. Let's see. Let's take a look at that press conference, shall we? All right, let me pull that up here. Portnoy. Dave Portnoy, major figure in media. I've interviewed him a couple times. He's always cool. You know, outside of that, I don't know anything about him, but I've enjoyed interviewing him before. So here, let me get the TikTok so you guys can watch this. One day we will get this figured out for TikTok so that it'll be a lot better, but that day is not today. Here I am liking my own video for some reason. Okay. Emergency press conference time. Maybe the biggest emergency press conference that we have ever had here at Barstool Sports. Where to start? Penn Entertainment and Barstool Sports have gone our separate ways. As of this moment, while you were watching this video, I have purchased back Barstool Sports from Penn. So that is right. For the first time in a decade, I own 100% of Barstool Sports. Not since the Chernin deal have I been in total control of everything. Why did it happen? How did it happen? Well, I think Penn, who I have nothing but great things to say. I've said that all the way along with the Penn relationship. I have nothing but the most respect from Jay, his whole team, everything. We did this deal about 3 years ago, and I think both parties are like, we're going to take this thing to the moon. And we underestimated just how tough it is for myself and Barstool to operate in a regulated world where gambling regulators, the New York Times, Business Insider, hit pieces, fucking with the stock price every time we did. That's what I thought. See, that's what I thought the reasoning was. It's just, it had to be about the content, which, you know, good for Dave in that respect, because he cares about his brand and he wanted to take it back. And Penn obviously has different interests. Something, it was one step forward, 2 steps back. We got denied licenses because of me, you name it. So the regulated industry, probably not the best place for Barstool Sports and the type of content we make. Penn was able to broker an unbelievable deal with ESPN. We wish them nothing but the best in their endeavors. It's truly a win-win. I still own a ton of Penn stock. I'll probably hold it because I think it's going to go up. But more importantly, for us, for Barstool, for the first time in forever,
We don't have to watch what we say, how we talk, what we do. It's back to the pirate ship. And by the way, I am never going to sell Barstool Sports ever.
Okay, so that's the gist of it. That's enough. We get it. You know, look, it is tough to give up those complete creative control. Sorry, let me hook this back in real quick. All right. God, this is just a joke. Okay. All right. Can't get canceled that way. Exactly. Big splitter. So you got to do it. I mean, look, even Joe Rogan, as big as he is, had to delete a bunch of episodes that he had done, some of the more controversial ones that he had done with like Alex Jones or stuff talking about COVID and all that. He had to get rid of it because he had to get rid of them as part of the Spotify deal. I don't blame him. I mean, they paid him like $200 million, but Barstool's a little bit different. You know, Barstool is a little more, I guess, raunchy would be fair to say. Much more than Joe Rogan. I know Joe's a comedian, but he really is like a guy who likes to have interesting conversations more so than do outrageous comedy at this point in his career. So I get it. I don't see Joe leaving Spotify. Actually, me and my fiance had a conversation about that earlier today. She thinks that Amazon is going to try to make a push because Amazon has their whole podcast section, their podcast, in like Amazon Music. They have a whole podcast section. It's sparsely populated right now. So she thinks that they're going to try to pry away Rogan for Amazon because Jeff Bezos has $157 billion, so he could certainly afford to do it. I personally don't believe Joe would go that way. I think he likes where he is. It's like Howard Stern at Sirius. He's been there for 20 years. He stays, you know, he's going to stay there. He could have left for Apple. He could have left for Netflix or something. What's the point? You know, you get comfortable where you're at. I'm here at the Shookie International store, by the way. That's my Spotify. That's my Amazon. That's my pen. That's my Barstool. So I like that he did this. I guess he's hiring back his guy who he had to let go. I'm not going to watch that video, but he's hiring that guy back. Let's read more of the details in the article, okay? What do you guys think? Good move. Do you guys watch Barstool content? I see a lot of it on Twitter. I see a lot of it online. I must confess, I don't necessarily follow them that closely, but, you know, they're doing big things. Penn had purchased them in 2020. Yeah, the stock price shot up. I missed out on that one. My friend was telling me to buy Penn stock at the time. I didn't know what he was talking about. So I'm upset with myself. I have no one to blame, but it would have been a good deal. We'll see what happens to Penn stock now. I got to imagine it's going down. Actually, let's Google that real quick. Penn stock. It's down 0.68% today. Huge. But maybe it's time to buy. Buy low, sell high. When they go low, we go high. So good for Dave. I like to see that. By the way, I just got word that Badu will not be joining us today. He's working, so we'll have to reschedule that for another time. He's an interesting guy. I want to tell a story for anybody who missed the earlier live. He's Floyd Mayweather's bodyguard. If you go back and watch the when Floyd fought John Gotti III, there was a big brawl that broke out in the ring, and he was the first guy in there. It's massive. I want to hear all about that. I want to find out how I can get that big. Anyways, let me shoot him a text real quick, okay? Problem. We'll do it another time. How exciting is this? You get to see me send a text in real time. This is the best live on TikTok. Boom, done. Okay, back to you, back to the show. All right, so buy Penn. Or no, but what am I saying? I don't want to say buy Penn. What am I saying? I'm not a financial advisor. That's the weird thing. You can't even talk about stocks or crypto or anything without being like, I am not a financial advisor. Just got a disclaimer, as if you would have thought that I am a financial advisor in this outfit. Come on. All right. How do you guys feel about AI music? Because get this, Google and Universal Music are in talks to license artists' voices for songs made by AI. They have tools that can flawlessly recreate Johnny Cash, Frank Sinatra, and Kanye West. I don't know what they're going to do with the Kanye West one. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's easier to deal with the AI Kanye, perhaps, than the real Kanye. How much are those licensing deals going to go for? I'm telling you, everybody in the future is going to have one of those NIL deals. Those are the ones that all the college athletes have now that finally allows them to make some money. Name, image, likeness. Like Angel Reese from LSU has one. A lot of college players have got them. It's like everyone is going to be signed to an NIL deal at some point in the future for your name and likeness. I'm not a big fan of that either, Dana. Maxi, I think that they'll probably have to make individual deals with artists. I mean, first of all, you got all these artists selling their catalogs for hundreds of millions of dollars up front to get the money. So I could see artists doing this. It's a much easier creative process. You no longer have to write new lyrics or think of new song concepts. You can just have AI do it. And as AI gets more and more accepted, especially with the younger generation who's growing up with AI, Shooky Diamonds is for sale for $1 billion. Okay, do you hear that, Google? $1 billion for Shooky International's name and likeness. You can get the sequel to Money World and the sequel to Shooky Diamonds. You can get it all for the low price of $1 billion. Sarah Silverman has a lawsuit against Meta. Tell me about that. Are they really? I mean, I like Sarah Silverman. She's cool. We just saw her actually the other night. Is her creative IP really up for grabs like that, where she needs to sue Meta? That's crazy. No offense. But look, they are doing this already. You know, they've used AI. I've seen stuff on YouTube where they'll use AI from like say they'll take like a Beatles song and then they'll AI John Lennon's voice into it so that they can make new songs with, you know, McCartney or whatever. And actually the Beatles themselves, I saw McCartney announce that they've used AI technology that Peter Jackson figured out from the Get Back movie, to like pull his voice out of an old demo tape that they're going to come out with a new song later in the year. So that's interesting. Inside fighting, I agree. I mean, this does look kind of fake. When I watch myself on camera, I am disturbed by how artificially generated I can come off. So you're not wrong. By the way, for the YouTube people, I'm sorry, you're not seeing the TikTok comments. One day we'll get this all together. I'm going to get a monitor behind me or something so everyone can see what we're talking about. Let's see. I want to read the article and see if anyone, I mean, like, look, this is the same with AI acting and AI, you know, how they want to use, like Tom Hanks even talked about this, how he would never sign over the rights to his likeness so that they can keep using him in movies long after he's dead. I agree with him because it's like at a certain point, don't we want to move on from the artists of today? We love the artists of today, the actors, the rappers, the singer, but we don't need them with us forever. Do we? Do we really need Frank Sinatra jumping on a remix with, NBA Youngboy or something in 10 years? I don't know if we need that. It's not like Sinatra he had his thing. He had his time. I'm talking about Sinatra because he's in the article, but like, it's good to like move on and keep going with the future. Now, having a sample, that's different. You do a sample, you do an interpolation of a line from a song, whatever. I actually heard that Tupac Shakur at one point tried to write a song around "Fly Me to the Moon," but he just couldn't come up with the right lyrics. So who gets the credit for the work with AI? That's a great question, Wig Splitter. I bet it's just credited like Universal Music or something. You know, it'll be that creative Hollywood accounting that's got everyone striking right now. And the artists will still see next to nothing. You think they're getting nothing from streaming now? They're going to get even less than a cent. They're going to get worthless crypto, not a financial advisor, worthless crypto. So, I mean, there is a novelty aspect to take two artists. Now, this could be interesting. Take two artists that are long dead, and you have them duet or like collaborate on a song. Okay, I might be interested, but even that would be like a fad. It would be like a passing fad. It loses, the novelty wears off quickly, in my opinion. By the way, Kim Kardashian broke her shoulder recently. Can you believe this? No, this is true. This is a true story. Yeah, Kim Kardashian broke her shoulder while she was working out. Do you believe this, Kevin? I'm not. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. Whenever I see the Kardashians on TV, and she floats into the room, it's kind of eerie in the first place. She kind of just floats into the room like disembodied. And don't make me become one of those NPC people where I'm like, oh, cowboy hat, good, yes, oh yeah, mustache, good. She floats into the room like a ghost, and she's very slight. Like her arms are very thin. She stays very slim. And so she does look like she could break her shoulder just, raising her hand. True broke her wrist and arm recently. She has a pink cast on it. Well, that's nice. That's a family that sticks together. There's a real Kardashian solidarity there. Everyone breaks something this season. Have they had a season where they've all broken something? Maybe that's Kris Jenner cooked that up for this year. Guys, the executives at Hulu are asking for, they've got a major ask for this season, something we've never done before. The entire family in convalescence. I don't know. Anyway, she started rehabbing today. Nothing's going to keep her down. Obviously, this will be filmed for the show. Whether or not it was planned, it is a great storyline for the show. I can see the dramatic teaser now. And then she does that crying face. And then I broke my shoulder. And I didn't know what to tell my kids. Kanye. Charges should be pressed against the occupants of the riverboat that defended the captain. I want to talk about that story. I just have not been able to read up on it yet. So I don't even know what really happened. I know that it was a crazy brawl and some people didn't want to return their boat or something. But I'm going to read up on that, Wig Splitter, and I'm going to comment on it probably tomorrow. I don't know if I have time today. That's a touchy subject, type of thing that'll get you canceled. Now, I spoke yesterday about how Bravo should just pay Raquel Leviss to come back already to the show. I put up a post on TikTok with I clipped that and put it on TikTok. People said, we don't need her, pay her less. She only needs to come back for a few episodes. Well, she is now surfaced at an Arizona massage spa. More proof that she is sidelined. She's at Massage Envy in Tucson, Arizona. Massage Envy in Tucson, Arizona. Anyways, right, well, back on YouTube. The internet's back on. What up, Shooky? Are you here? You're on live. Guys, we got Shooky on live. Shooky, what's good?
This is Shuki Diamond, Flawless Diamond. If you don't know Shuki, you must be a rookie.
Shooky.
Bro, I love the way your background looks, your studio looks just incredibly gorgeous. Pull up, Shuki, pull up. Yo, I want to say hi to all my friends in TikTok. I love your show, bro. You're looking hot. You know, this beautiful, you know, that background, you know, the wings, the colors, the pink, the silver, the